Far back right. Hit.
Hey, we're back at MaddDogz again today. This time we're on the SPOOLs map. It's a fairly small course over here. It's about the size of maybe a speedball course and really plays the same way if you just imagine a bunch of trees grow up through the middle of your course. There's not a lot of, good gun cam or anything in this video, but it was a pretty interesting match. If you watched the last one, I mentioned a guy whose day got a little bit worse after a bad headshot, and we'll see why here in just a couple of minutes. Now, I don't think we made the smartest decisions for how we were going to line up right off the break. Our whole team was basically behind 3 spools. This is my son right in front of me in the orange shirt. He hasn't been playing too long. He's made it out a couple times. He's still a little skittish about getting hit, so he stays tucked in behind the bunkers quite a bit. He tries to get into the action, but for the most part, he stays tucked in, which is fine. As long as he's having fun and getting out there, I'm happy. I want him to learn to get into it on his own, and over time, he'll get there and he'll have a great time doing it. It's been a great way for us to spend time together, though. I've really enjoyed it.
Buddy, shoot down this side. I want to try to make it to that spool. That spool right there.
Now, as I'm getting ready to move, this guy offers to cover me, and he does a great job of making it across. And as soon as I get over, I see these guys to my right.
Yo, who shot me? From where? This side.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Now, I probably shouldn't have left right there, but just the way he apologized, I still think it's funny. The way he come out with it. It wasn't good. What he basically just started blind firing around the side of that bunker whenever I ran, wanting to be part of it. And he took out 2 of his own teammates, and he peppered them up pretty good. I'll put in a little footage at the end for the conversation afterwards. You definitely want to stick around and see how that turned out. Now, on the far left side of our line is a couple of guys that came out with me on this day. It was their first time out to a paintball field. The one in the long sleeve shirts, I think he's like 20 years old. The other one's early 30s, late 20s, somewhere in there. Both of them had a blast. They were going nonstop, faster than I could keep up with. They were doing matches while I was taking a break. I couldn't run with them, but they had a great time, and I'm glad they did. I think they're going to try and make it out with me again one day. But the guy in the blue shirt definitely is a go-getter. He doesn't really have any stop to him, and gets a little carried away at times. You can see a little bit of what I was talking about with my son here. Once a lot of paint gets to flying, he really doesn't want to put his head out. It's just a little bit too much for him, but I can't wait for the day we can both cross the field. It's going to be a blast. Okay, now watch the guy in the blue shirt at the far end. As soon as he gets some cover and fire, he just charges to that next spool and just bunkers the crap out of him. He got hit too. It was an even trade. Personally, I don't do a lot of the bunkering like that. I don't want to get shot at 2 feet if I ain't got to, so I don't shoot other people at 2 feet if I can avoid it. Things happen. You come around a corner, scares the crap out of you. But, he made the sacrifice, and as far as I know, nobody was upset or mad about it. So, fair enough, I guess. I try to avoid it, but if that's how people play, it's what it is, and I'll take the hit. I've asked people try not to bunker my son, but outside of that, we're adults, and I guess as long as everybody's okay with it, then people play how they play. Now here we were down to 1 guy, and I thought I was really being sneaky coming across the field, and I caught this guy at the back right, and I didn't know he was there. Now this shot I was not ready for. It came right from the center of that spool, and I was not looking anywhere near the center of that spool. I wasn't ready. I didn't see it coming. I just heard the paint hit my hopper.
Spool nailed my hopper.
So, that was a hell of a shot, and congrats to him. You know, he asked about the video. I hope he finds
Man,
it.
that's how you take one for the team.
It was a
That's
great
why I
shot.
picked you.
Oh, did you watch me just run over there?
Yeah, I did. I thought that dude's gonna, and then you didn't shoot. I was like, what's he doing?
My dad and the guy who took me out.
Oh, Butters.
Bro, he fucking shut, lit up my hands.
I think were you the
Both
one behind
of
the
us.
barrel?
He lit both of us up.
Man, I'm sorry.
So he's sticking that, and then
I was like, there's no way to behind us already. I was like, if they were behind us, I would have known.
And I thought he was blind firing.
No way.
Because he saw his gun back. And I was like, yo, wait.
Oh, man.
Alright. I'll call my hit.
Yeah, at first I didn't.
He was supposed to be covering.
Junior.
I don't know what he was doing.
The girl, she hit me, and I was just coming around. She just perfect.
Yeah, he was definitely blind firing around that spool. The reason I wanted to keep this part in is because, you know, he heard him talking, and he kind of went off by himself. He was pretty upset about it. You know, he's out running around with Dad. He screwed up, and you know, thinks he's got people mad at me. That guy was so cool. You know, he went back. You know, let him know it wasn't a big deal. Things happen. You know, and held nothing against him. And that's awesome. You know, you get kids out there, they make mistakes. If anything, it's on me. It's my son. I should have been kind of guiding him a little bit better. But he was cool about it, especially whenever he saw my son was a little upset about it, you know, for screwing up and shooting him up and stuff. And he shot him up good. And it's people like that make paintball really fun and great to play. You know, a great place where you can get out, you can have fun with your family, and people aren't going to be dicks about it. You know, they know mistakes happen. So to that guy, I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see you again out there. I'm sorry about the lump on your head, and I'm really sorry my son shot you up. Find me next weekend, the 17th on Saturday if you're there. I got a bag of paint for you. Hit the button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want. That's all I got. Later.